Because I know a lot of people in Michigan that are planning to vote for Trump, and they don't necessarily like him that much, and they don't necessarily agree with him. They're not racist and rednecks, they're actually pretty decent people. And so I wanted to sort of, after talking to a number of them, I wanted to write this. And Donald Trump came to the Detroit Economic Club and stood there in front of the Ford Motor executives and said, if you close these factories as you're planning to do in Detroit and build them in Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on those cars when you send them back, and nobody's going to buy them. It was an amazing thing to see. No politician, Republican or Democrat, had ever said anything like that to these executives. And it was music to the ears of people in Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, the Brexit states. You live here in Ohio, you know what I'm talking about. Whether Trump means it or not is kind of irrelevant, because he's saying the things to people who are hurting. And it's why every beaten down, nameless, forgotten working stiff who used to be part of what was called the middle class loves Trump. He is the human Molotov cocktail that they've been waiting for. The human hand grenade that they can legally throw into the system that stole their lives from them. And on November 8th, Election Day, although they lost their jobs, although they've been foreclosed on by the bank, next came the divorce, and now the wife and kids are gone, the car's been repoed, they haven't had a real vacation in years, they're stuck with the shitty Obamacare bronze plan where you can't even get a fucking Percocet. They've essentially lost everything they had, except one thing. The one thing that doesn't cost them a cent and is guaranteed to them by the American Constitution, the right to vote. They might be penniless, they might be homeless, they might be fucked over and fucked up. It doesn't matter, because it's equalized on that day. A millionaire has the same number of votes as the person without a job. One. And there's more of the former middle class than there are in the millionaire class. So on November 8th, the dispossessed will walk into the voting booth, be handed a ballot, close the curtain, and take that lever, or felt pen or touchscreen, and put a big fucking X in the box by the name of the man who has threatened to upend and overturn the very system that has ruined their lives. Donald J. Trump. They see that the elites who ruined their lives hate Trump. Corporate America hates Trump. Wall Street hates Trump. The career politicians hate Trump. The media hates Trump after they loved him and created him, and now hate him. Thank you, media. The enemy of my enemy is who I'm voting for on November 8th. Yes, on November 8th, you, Joe Blow, Steve Blow, Bob Blow, Billy Bob Blow, all the blows get to go and blow up the whole goddamn system because it's your right. Trump's election is going to be the biggest fuck you ever recorded in human history. And it will feel good.
All right. I think we're here live. Had a little issue with the video earlier, but I think we're good now. If we cut out, I do apologize in advance. But I think we're all right for now. But yeah, we are live right now. A little late night stream. Sundays have been we've been pushing that later and later. I kind of just been streaming when I can. Earlier, I guess it was around 6 or 7. We did a video game stream on Cavs Arcade, which is linked in the description below if you guys want to follow me there. A little bit, separate from politics. I already said for a huge update. If you guys missed the announcement, after the election. I don't care who wins. I mean, I do care who wins. I'm just saying, as far as content's concerned, whether Trump wins or not, I'm going to take a little step back from politics, and we're gonna go ham. We're gonna go crazy on my pop culture channel, on my video game channel, and that's what we're going to focus on. I'm still going to do politics. I'm still going to keep this channel alive. I'm just like, this channel right now is like, it's number one. Like, I work 6 days a week. I don't get a whole lot of free time, but whenever I do get a little free time, I push everything into this channel. But we're going to be a little more flexible after the election, and we're going to try to focus a little bit more on my other channels going out there. Cav Reacts, which we'll do that today. We have a I lost track of it. Tom MacDonald has a new video. I had it saved here and I lost it. But we'll do it later. We have a Tom MacDonald reaction. We'll do that later. We have we're gonna go over there's a lot of movies coming out. The Apprentice, which is a movie based on Donald Trump. Donald Trump is played by Sebastian Stan, which is the only thing I can think of him is Bucky. Bucky from why am I drawing a blank? MCU, goddamn. MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He plays Bucky, Captain America's best bud. Sebastian Stan plays Donald Trump in a new movie. We're going to be going over that trailer. There's another Donald Trump movie. Why not? By Dinesh D'Souza. I feel like I'm butchering that, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Obviously, that's probably going to be a little more fair. I'm sure The Apprentice. That's what the movie is called, The Apprentice. I'm sure that's going to be so fair and biased, and it's not going to make Trump look like a horrible person. So we'll go over that movie trailer. We're going to go over the Vindicating Trump is what it's called. Vindicating Trump movie trailer. We'll be going over that. We're also going over the new Tom MacDonald video, as I mentioned, and a couple other things. A few other videos. Got some people in Japan fighting for Trump. It's pretty wild. Well, actually, maybe we'll go to that now. But yeah, it's a little bit of a different stream tonight. If you guys want to support the channel at any moment, you don't have to. That's your First Amendment right. You can hit that down vote. You can hit that thumbs down. I'm not going to like you very much if you do that, but you can. But if you do want to support the channel, consider smashing that like button, that follow button if you have not already. It helps move the video through the algorithm, that pesky algorithm. So I do appreciate it. Nobody appreciates it more than me, let me tell you that. Let's go. Hold on. Let's go to the Japan video if I can. There we go. Sorry. Look what their MAGA hats. You gotta understand, Trump was shot. Trump was shot just a few weeks ago. Trump was this close to having his head blown off. I don't think most people realize that. They do, but they don't really care. You know, they try to brush it. They try to brush it aside. Trump almost had his head blown off. He was shot. And his reaction was to raise his fist and say, fight, fight, fight. Why is that important? It's important because 99.9999% of every single human being on this planet would have said, I've been shot. Get me off the stage. Help, help, help. I've been shot. And that would have been a totally normal and reasonable reaction. I've been shot. I've been shot. Help me. Get on the stage. Get me off the stage. I'm bleeding. Trump, not knowing how bad it was at first, he had blood raining down all over the place, all over his face. Blood's all over the place. His first reaction was to raise his fist just to let his people know, hey, this may be the last time I talk to you guys. I know I'm shot in the side of the head. I don't know how bad it is, but fight. No matter what happens, fight. Don't give up on your country. Fight. Trump's first thought was save America, fight for America. No other human being in existence would have said that. Not one. Let's go through it again. The flashing eyes. Look at the heart on the back. Like, that's legit. No other human being would have said that. No other human being would have raised their fist, said, hey, fight, fight, fight. Most human beings, and reasonably, it's not to knock other people or even knock Trump or anything like that. It's just a total reasonable reaction to run off stage, cover your head. Oh God, I've been shot. I've been shot. Get me off. Get me off. You know, it would have been totally reasonable. But Trump didn't take that angle. He said, no, F this. Fight, fight, fight. I might be done. I might be done. That's what Trump thought. But if I am done, keep going, keep pushing. That's so powerful. It is. It's so powerful. I've never seen anything like this. It's a once in a lifetime candidate, a once in a lifetime person. You're not going to get somebody like this after Trump leaves, and he already said in a New York Post just dropped the interview saying Trump said he's very unlikely to run in 2028 if he loses, which I can't blame him. You do realize most people would have given up by now. Shot at twice, impeached twice. All these court cases. Like, no, these court cases are legitimate. All these court cases that they could have done years ago. They literally could have. All of these court cases they could have done decades ago. Decades. But they chose all in the same year to do it after he announced he's running again. Come on. Like, even, like, I get it. You hate Trump. You hate MAGA. I hate MAGA. Go down. I get that. I get it. But you got to admit this is unfair. E. Jean Carroll. Trump raped me 40 years ago. Why didn't you bring it up 40 years ago then? No, seriously, where have you been the last 40 years? And just so you guys know, when they say Trump's a convicted felon, what it is, especially specifically with the E. Jean Carroll thing, which first of all is a civil case. The E. Jean Carroll thing was Trump raped me. Do you have any evidence? No, I do not. Do you have any witnesses? Anything? Security tapes? Anything at all? Just something a little bit. No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, Trump, you're guilty. That was it. I'm not exaggerating. That was literally the case. Trump raped me. What is your evidence? Nothing. I have zero evidence. What year did it happen? I don't have the year. Where did it happen? I think at a mall. What day? What month? I don't know. Were there any witnesses? Any witnesses whatsoever? No, there were not any witnesses. Nothing. I have zero evidence. Okay, Trump, you're guilty. That was it. That was literally it. That was the whole case. And they're like, how come the federal police organization? So just so you guys know, about I think it's about 90%. It might be a little bit more of the police in this country endorse Trump. And they're like, how could they do that? He's a convicted felon because they know the case is bullshit. If there was any legitimacy to this case, nobody would be supporting Trump, including myself. Nobody would. But we know it's all bullshit. And we have Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder just really, we're going to watch that in a second. How it was all politicized. They admitted that it's all politicized. What's going on, Robert? Appreciate you hanging out. How's your weekend been, by the way? If you guys want to support this channel at any time, consider liking, subscribing, hitting that follow button if you haven't already, sharing. You don't have to, obviously, but it's totally free. If you guys want to support the channel for totally free. I've 7 hard strikes on YouTube, 7 hard strikes on Instagram. Instagram, every upload I do now, I lose 2 followers. It's crazy. I had 2,500 followers on Instagram. Now I'm down to 2,044. I lose 1 to 3 followers every post. Being shadow banned. And I never play the shadow ban card because there are a lot of people who do. They're like, oh, I'm being shadow banned. I'm being shadow. It's like, no, your conscience is not good. Sorry, dude. And I'll admit that when I can, but I know that's a lie because I'm on Threads, which is a left-leaning social media platform. Threads. My account's popping off. My account's freaking popping off. It's crazy. But as soon as they get a hold of it, of course, they're going to shadow ban me. But that's how I got the difference right now. All right, I'm popping off on Threads, but I'm the exact opposite on Instagram. Come on. That's what I say. If you guys want to help me out, share it, spread it around if you guys can. Ticks off baby kittens, relation. Oh my goodness. Were you really doing that? Is that is that house kittens, or is it like you take care of breed kittens? I'm curious. Either way, that's it's ticks on kittens is not good. Do we have this clip? This is Trump, kind of it's kind of a segue, not really a good segue. kind of a segue. Trump on the second assassination attempt, talking about golf.
What are 2 things you do to stay healthy?
Are we buffering right now? Are we buffering right now?
What are 2 things you do to stay healthy?
Well, I used to play golf a little bit. That gave me, so I don't know, but it seems to be quite a dangerous sport in retrospect. I try and eat properly. I do the best, and I try and get some. I do, but proper hamburgers. But
He likes his Mickey
I
D's.
like
Come on.
perhaps all of the wrong food. But then I say, does anybody know what the right food is?
You're
I
right
have
about
people
that,
lecturing
yeah.
me for years. Oh, don't eat this, don't eat that. They're gone. They have passed away long ago.
It's
Here I am.
changing.
So I'm
Yeah.
not sure I want to make too many changes.
What are 2 things you do to stay healthy?
We got to listen to this again.
Well, I
One
used to play
more
golf
time,
a
one
little
more
bit.
time.
That gave me, so I don't know, but it seems
Listen
to be
up,
quite a
listen up.
dangerous sport in retrospect. I try and eat properly. I do the
thought
best,
you eat
and I try and get
hamburgers
some.
and
I do, but proper hamburgers. But I like perhaps all of the wrong food. But then
I got to fault him for that because he says, I love this man. I fucking love this man. He eats at Mickey D's. Proper hamburgers. He's at Mickey D's. Come on. Come on.
say, does anybody know what the right food is?
You're
I
right
have
about
people
that,
lecturing
yeah.
me for years. Oh, don't eat this, don't eat that. They're gone. They have passed away long ago.
Which thought
And
keeps
here I
changing.
am. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure I want to make too many changes.
What are 2
So, oh my God. I love that guy. Yeah. So, I mean, he's not the healthiest eater. We've seen his habits. We've seen he eats a lot of McDonald's. I personally do not like McDonald's. I've never had a good experience at McDonald's. I just every single time I've personally went to McDonald's, I've had a bad experience. So I eventually stopped going altogether. If I do fast food, it's usually Chick-fil-A. But I've been pretty good with not buying out. That's kind of the way to go. I bought a griddle, so I'm trying to cook my own foods as much as I can. I'm not much of a cook, but I'm trying to learn because that's just the way to go. That's one main reason to vote for Trump, because you got RFK in there. RFK Jr. is he wants to look into the foods. He wants to look at what they're putting in the foods, because their foods are poisoning us. They always talk about alcohol poisoning us, or these drugs, or all these pharmaceutical stuff poisoning us, but you don't think about the food. You don't think about what's happening at McDonald's. You don't think of what's happening at Wendy's, or really just buying food at the grocery store. All this crap that they put in it is giving people cancer, young kids cancer, and we got to figure out what the hell is going on. What are they putting in our foods? And that's one of RFK Jr.'s main things going into Trump's administration that he's going to figure out. I love that. Make America healthy again. Maha is what they're saying. I love that. I really do. Maha. We actually have, is it here? So we're going to bring this up real quick. Bring this up. We actually have our gear here. If you guys want to support the channel and look good at the same time, we have our MAGA Maha shirt. We don't have much on here now. My logo. Trump 2024. And the bumper sticker. Actually have that. This is a small one. You can get it bigger. But they're magnets. Turned out good. Magnet. Put it on your car. If you guys want to support the channel and look cool at the same time. I'm trying to add more stuff. We'll see what happens. But yeah. That's that. That's all I'll say. What happened? Who knew golf could be a blood sport? Yeah. And that dude had line of sight. If they waited one more hole, Trump would be dead right now, or at least seriously injured. Because he had a comfortable position. $200 separate genes. Dude, there's so many crazy things when you see these weird experiments with McDonald's. Some of them leaving burgers like in a time capsule for years and they don't change. It's so weird. It's so wild. Tampa, I can't vote for Kamala because I'm not a goddamn faggot. All right, I don't suck another man's thing. So I can't do it. Look, if you want to do that, that's fine, man. I didn't mean that. Sincerely. You could do that as an American. But you are a faggot. And if you're fine with that, that's fine. That's where it goes. But you just got to accept the fact that you are a faggot. And you're kind of retarded. And if you're okay with that, then there you go. I can't do it, man. I appreciate your voice. I appreciate you exercising your First Amendment right. But I can't be a faggot, man. I was tempted. I can't do it. So we got where are we at right now? Oh, we're at 32 minutes. We're at 32 minutes. So normally what we do here is we usually play about 20 or 30 minutes of stuff and then we head over to Rumble. Word. All right. Appreciate you, Tampa. We're going to head over to Rumble only as we normally do on every single stream. And I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe if you guys want to support this channel, share it around. It goes a long way. Seriously, appreciate you guys. We are going to head over to Rumble only now. We got a lot. I think it's going to be fun. What time is it? Oh, we're fine. We're fine. 20, 30 minutes of Kamala. No, dude, I can't do 20, 30 minutes. Dude, Tampa, come on. You can't do 20, 30 minutes of Kamala. You can't do that laugh. Don't play me, man. Don't play me. You can't do 20, 30 minutes of that horrible tramp. That slut. You can't do it. You can't do it. I can't do it. Nobody could do it. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? She's retarded. Come on. She's full-blown retarded. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you, Robert, Tampa, everybody listening. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now we're having fun. We're having fun. Appreciate you guys. We're gonna head over to Rumble only. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here it is. Robert pinned it, Robert posted it. I pinned it, and we will see you guys over on Rumble video. Head over there now.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, words so gallantly stream. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This lion, he's the king of the jungle. Huge mane out there. He's so big. He's so hot. Now, the little lion cubs, they start messing with him. Biting his tail, biting his ears. He doesn't do anything. The lioness, she starts messing with him. Coming over, making trouble. Still, nothing. Now, the other animals, they notice this, and they start to move in. The jackals, hyenas, they're barking at him, laughing at him. They nip his toes and eat the food that's in his domain. They do this, and they get closer and closer and bolder, till one day, that lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody. Runs like the wind, eats everything in his path. Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
Well, I just don't think anybody else could win if Trump runs. So, and
Really?
I don't
so
know.
you think if they got on a stage, you don't think that DeSantis is crafty enough or
No.
stands enough? Really?
No,
Interesting.
I don't even think that a little. I think Trump sucks up all the energy in every room, no matter what. And even someone as skilled as a politician and smart policy-wise as DeSantis can't overcome that. He can't. You really think the hardcore MAGA is going to abandon Trump for DeSantis? They're not. They like DeSantis, but they don't think it's his turn. They think Trump was screwed out of his last election, that he was screwed out of his first term by all the craziness, the Russiagate and so on. And they think he is entitled. He deserves another shot at it. Like the hardcore Trump faithful is unshakable. They like DeSantis, but they would never cross Trump for him. And they think that DeSantis owes his political career to Trump. Like if forced to choose, they will choose Trump. So DeSantis can't take him down. It's like the line in War Games, the only winning move is not to play. DeSantis has got to either be crowned by Trump or he shouldn't run.
Sounding like some kind of bop.
Everybody together. We want it all back.
I feel like the bass is about to drop. Atomic Heart video game draws scrutiny from Ukrainian officials and gamers for alleged Russia ties. Critics of the game argue that buying Atomic Heart supports Russia's assault on Ukraine. I don't know how they make these crazy claims. NBC News was unable to find evidence that revenue from the game was being used to fund the war. Wow. And if NBC said it.
When I get back into the Oval Office, we will totally obliterate the deep state. We will establish a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify and publish all documents on deep state spying, censorship, and corruption.
Yes, sir.
Advocating for,
sounds like he's dying.
athletes, transgender athletes to be able to play.
Oh, I mean, that ranks high on the...
Ew, what the
I'll be fighting for and speaking up against,
That's their voice?
Everyone deserves the right to play. Everyone deserves the right to...
What the frick? Is this edited? I don't think I've ever heard Brittany Griner's voice before. Dude, that's a dude.
Come here, sit in these seats, and feel safe. And not
That is a
feel,
man, if I've ever saw
there's a
one.
threat.
Well, I just don't think anybody else could win if Trump runs. So, and
Really?
I
So
don't know.
you think if they got on a stage, you don't think that DeSantis is crafty enough or
No.
stands enough? Really?
No,
Interesting.
I don't even think that a little. I think Trump sucks up all the energy in every room, no matter what. And even someone as skilled as a politician and smart policy-wise as DeSantis can't overcome that. He can't. You really think the hardcore MAGA is going to abandon Trump for DeSantis? They're not. They like DeSantis, but they don't think it's his turn. They think Trump was screwed out of his last election, that he was screwed out of his first term by all the craziness, the Russiagate and so on. And they think he is entitled. He deserves another shot at it. Like the hardcore Trump faithful is unshakable.
Money can buy you almost anything. It can't buy you immortality. That you have to earn. I'm gonna look you in the eyes, and I'm gonna tell you the future. It's an American story, and that's why Americans are gonna love it. People are gonna build you up. God, are they going to? Because when you're great and new, we love you. Man, we'll build you into something that doesn't even exist. You're gonna change the fucking world. But you know what? Once they've built you as high as they possibly can, they're gonna tear you back down. It's the most predictable pattern. We build you into something that doesn't exist, and that means you have to try to be that thing. All day, every day. That's how it works. And we do it again, and again, and again. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. You're gonna be attacked, betrayed, exposed, and humiliated. And you'll survive that. A lot of people can climb that mountain. It's the way down that breaks them. Because that's the moment when you are truly alone. And what will you do then? Can you summon the will to fight on through all the pain and rise again. That will be the defining question of your life. And I think you already know the answer. And that's why we're all here. A shoe is just a shoe. Until somebody steps into it, then it has meaning. The rest of us just want a chance to touch that greatness. And we need you in these shoes, not so you have meaning in your life, but so that we have meaning in ours. Everyone will be forgotten as soon as our time here is up. Except for you. You're gonna be remembered forever. Because some things are eternal. And your story is gonna make us fight and never give up.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this: never, ever give up.
Because
if I give you one message to hold in your hearts today,
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Never got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally.
A new world order.
These allegations are false.
Weapons of mass destruction.
The USA Patriotic.
The blueprint for large corporations.
We once were, we are no longer a Christian nation.
Donald Trump confirmed that he is considering a run in 2016.
Do it. I am officially running for President of the United States.
He will never be President of the United States.
Donald Trump will never be elected President of the United States.
And people are watching these results come in.
We are going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
Does it ever seem to you that President Trump has done more than any president in modern history?
And in the 10 years I've been involved in politics, I've never seen an administration hit the ground running like this.
I could spend the rest of the hour laying out the accomplishments under the Trump presidency, despite everything thrown at him.
The market just had its 12th straight record close.
Taking action to save as many kids as they can.
We were energy independent under the Trump administration.
More Americans reported being employed than ever.
Helping those who have served our country in the military to get access to mental health care.
The Great American Outdoors Act is the largest single piece of legislation to support our national parks and public lands.
Created more than 7 million good-paying jobs.
Websites can be held liable in court for having sex trafficking content.
The Abraham Accords, which for any other president would have been multiple peace prizes.
America did not enter into a foreign war.
The employment rate in the U.S. fell to 3.5%.
The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders.
Increased funding for historically black colleges and universities.
Allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs.
Kept the inflation rate low.
Honored with the Bipartisan Justice Award.
Had a massive MS-13 gang problem. 3.9% is the unemployment rate. Requiring airports to provide lactation rooms for breastfeeding mothers.
Middle-class family income increased nearly $6,000.
A dramatic escalation in his crackdown on illegal immigration.
An advocate for educational choice.
Tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
An act preventing animal cruelty and torture.
Taking out Baghdadi, the head of ISIS, Soleimani, the Iranian general.
Save Our Seas Act commitment to environmental issues.
We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Community development in low-income urban and rural communities.
Help us to remember the importance of fighting off tyranny.
Pulling out of UNESCO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accords, reassessing NATO and the United Nations.
Stood up for Christianity and the Constitution more than any president in American modern history.
We are stopping the attacks on Judeo-Christian values. Do you miss me yet?